Welcome back to Here and Now. It can be a thorny combination, religion and politics, but a new religious coalition has jumped right into the provincial election campaign. The Religious Social Action Coalition wants politicians of all stripes to commit they'll eliminate poverty in this province. They unveiled their plans in St. John's this morning. They represent a multitude of different faiths, but the thorny issue of poverty united them today.
We come from a dozen different faiths, but we believe that religious Newfoundlanders and Labradorians will be all united behind the task we start today.
It's the first time such an ecumenical group has come together in the province to speak as one.
We in Newfoundland have the highest rural poverty rate in Canada. We also have the highest rate of minimum wage earners.
Children in poverty who cannot buy their school supplies or backpacks or even bring a good lunch to school are children we are pushing to the edges, and such things fester in a child's soul.
The coalition says this province has the highest food bank use per capita in the country. 30,000 people in Newfoundland and Labrador rely on them.
The sad fact is that economic inequality is growing, and human beings are suffering needlessly.
These religious leaders know they need more than the power of prayer to solve the problem of poverty.
Who is responsible for this sorry state of affairs? If we have to get Newfoundland and Labrador out of poverty, we must have work for people, work that pays enough. This is one of the questions we'll be calling on candidates to answer.
And we will call on them to give us their timetable for ending poverty in Newfoundland and Labrador.
The nonpartisan coalition will ask to meet with all three party leaders. They'll also distribute poverty fact sheets in their churches and various houses of worship. Coalition did give government some credit for their anti-poverty strategy. Textbooks are now free, and there's been an elimination of things like school fees, but they say there's a long way to go. And by the way, the news conference by religious leaders was disrupted by a protester, and police had to be called in. Here's a look at what happened.
Okay? Sure, yeah. If these people were concerned about unborn children, they'd truly be concerned about poverty.
We're not quite sure who the protester was or whether he will be charged. We called the RNC to get more information, but no one was able to fill us in on how the story ended. Here and Now will keep you posted as new details become available. An update now for you about something we told you last night on Here and Now. It's about the protester who tried to interrupt an anti-poverty press conference held by religious leaders yesterday in St. John's. Police were called and led the man away. Today, the RNC says it won't be laying any charges. The force says it simply helped remove an unwanted visitor who was on private property.